Hello everybody and welcome to iRacing Season 2022-1, or Season 1 for 2022 rather. We are here in the IR18, the IndyCar, at the Michigan International Speedway for what should be a fun 60-lap race, starting somewhat towards middle of the pack. Let's see, what are we, 13th? We qualified towards the back. I did spin out on my first lap, actually, so I only had the one lap to actually do anything. But here we go in one of my favorite car and track combinations. Wish I was starting on the outside, though.
Don't fuck this up.
I'm going to try my hardest not to. Waiting for the green.
Go.
Green flag. Slow getaway. Had to get out of the throttle there, but now we pick up the pace, get up through the gears,
Clear to the wall.
and we're going to clear the guy on the outside, but you actually kind of want to be somewhat on the inside the first lap while you're getting up to speed. But after that, you're definitely going to want to be up high, so we're definitely just going to jump up there now. Didn't need to push it. In fact, the car kind of wanted to push up towards there by itself. We'll stay in mix 1 for the first couple of laps, but then we will perhaps switch to a higher fuel mix just to give the car
Clear inside.
some better fuel mileage, because these races do tend to go green. However, this could be a wreck fest. Who knows, actually. Feathering the throttle, everyone seeming to really prefer that high line, at least in these first couple laps here. Go ahead and mess with the weight jacker just a little to get us just a little looser in the corner. The race setup a little tighter than the qualifying setup, and that's how I spun out, actually. I made the car a little looser for qualifying because I was used to the race setup being tight. Yeah, that wasn't the case with the qualifying setup. But either way, we are now working lap number 3. And yeah, this is week 1 of season 1 of 2022. Much like last time, if you missed that one, we are rocking some triples for now. Some VR will be sprinkled in here and there, I think, but for the most part, just protect my eyes and for better visual quality, I'm going to be doing some triples. As the guy in front of us, who is that? Pablo got in front of us there, car number 1. Able to make it work on the bottom now. Tires are also a big thing with this car, so I don't want to run the bottom simply because of the tires, but the low line, if you're looking for moves, seems to be the place to be just because no one's running it right now. Just because, again, everyone's kind of just conserving tires right now. We'll go up to fuel mixture 3, so that way we can just stay in the draft here. One of the things I absolutely love that they did this season, I don't know if it's because of the Mercedes Formula 1 car or if it just coincided with it, but I am absolutely in love with the fact is that a car on the wall? It went by so fast I didn't even see it if it was. But one thing I absolutely love is having the transparent halo. Obviously, when I was in VR, it didn't matter. Of course, for people viewing, it still did, because you're only seeing it in that 2D plane. In VR, you do see it in that 3D plane. But when you're playing on monitors, as most people are, it is absolutely fantastic that they went ahead and added that. So you can actually see through. I do like that it's a little darker, so that way it looks as if it's still there, so you know where it is in comparison to real life, so that's a little cool. And I'm going to guess there was a car on the wall because there's a car very slow here, as well as the fact we gained a position. And really, the whole field, it seemed like, checked up going into 3s. There's debris on the track. Do a good job to avoid that. But looks like right now everybody is fine, just kind of riding in line, taking their time, no real rush. Conserve the tires, because it has the look to be a long green flag run. Guy behind me gets right on the rear wing. Really, right now, it's if you can make a move on a straightaway, go for it, but you need to be clear before the corner, because You don't want to be on that inside right now. A, it's just not as fast for a long period, and it just really eats those tires. You can see the guy who made a move on the inside looks like he's going to lose a position. Now you can dip a little lower if you're just trying to get out of people's draft. That's not a bad idea. You can see I'm doing it right here. But if you're going to go inside by side, you really don't want to be on the bottom. That's the thing with some of these tracks. Kansas/Chicagoland's another. You don't really want to be on the low side. The high line's kind of the superior groove. But as we know, certain tracks like Vegas, you want to be on the low side. So it really just depends on where you're at as we slide up. We do hold it there. I go ahead, just let him go by. So that way I'm not side by side and I don't really push up. Because that's the thing is, if you are side by side, that's when you really begin to lose that arrow. That's really when you begin to push up and have the potential to end your and somebody else's race. So, especially right now, only on lap 10, just going to let somebody have that position for right now. We don't fall too back at all. We just lose a place in line, but we are still with the lead pack.
Outside. Still there.
Ooh.
Hold your line. Clear outside.
See, I don't want to run that high. I don't want to run next to the wall, so. But again, long race to go. I'm not too concerned with losing a couple spots right now. Just hold on to the car, run it in a little higher fuel mixture, get her to the pit stop. One thing I do love about running a monitor again, or monitors, I should say, as opposed to VRs, you can do the overlays. As you see, we do have some overlays going right now.
Clear high.
And those are allowing us to get a little bit more accurate in terms of like a fuel calculator. Allows me to have a relative up all of the time, while I can look at other things in the black box. And I normally have a radar going, but for some reason that one doesn't load all the time, and I'm not sure why. Looks like it didn't load this time, but we do have a spotter. So I'm not too concerned about that. Those are the main two I want, the ones that you are seeing on the left. So as long as those are there, I'm relatively comfortable. The radar is more of a nice bonus, and I think especially for road racing, if you're doing something with slower traffic.
Inside.
The car here going to our inside.
Steady. Clear inside.
Wow, able to make it stick too. Pretty nice move there. Look to his inside, coming out of 4.
Okay,
Not going to have the momentum though. Turns 3 and 4, I'm fine with running that inside line because it comes to this slope D shape. It's like this on almost every D-shaped oval for me with this IndyCar. Turns 1 and 2, I don't really like being on the inside on the bottom because of just how, because there isn't that slope. It's that sudden wall, and for some reason that just really upsets the car when I drive it. But 3 and 4, I don't have that problem. So starting to get us a little more spread out. Looks like the leader's starting to drive away, unless that's one of the lap cars, but I'm going to imagine that's the leader. So he's starting to drive away just a little. However, the rest of the pack's still nice and tight. There's, a little bit of a gap. A couple cars ahead as we got really tight there. We're going to need to go
Inside.
up one more. Woo!
Car low.
Watch it, dude.
Clear to the bottom.
Get to this lap car on the outside. That's Sunoco car that had passed us. He's making a couple moves. As the tires are definitely starting to fall away, even here on lap 17. Can really feel those tires. As we got a little dicey there behind us, it looked like. Almost some contact. And you can tell the tires are starting to fall away. Car handling starting to become a little more important because even though we are all still a pack, you can definitely see those gaps starting to form between different car groups. And right now, the car just, it's pushing a little when we're really
Still
close to
there.
somebody, so I don't
Clear
want to
inside.
make it too loose, though, because I've had it where, especially at Michigan, I've noticed, because of the speed and the ability of this car to just suddenly snap in the IndyCar's love of when it snaps, it's going, and you can't really save it. It gets really tight, but I'm afraid of putting it too much on the weight jacker simply because it may make the car too loose all of a sudden. And again, we want to get to the end. We don't want to ruin our race.
15th.
Not even at the halfway point yet. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice bit of driving to save onto that, dude. We were just rocking in the groove there. Had nothing really to say because nothing was really happening. But almost a big wreck there. Definitely will spread out the field a little more. Now, one thing is, like right here in 3 and 4, I'm running that mid to high line. Car gets really, really tight in that lane. It absolutely hates it, and that's why we're getting past
Still
here.
there.
1 and 2, if I try to run that line, it's too tight. 1 and 2, it needs to be on the high side. At most, maybe down to that middle groove right about here. That's as low as I can get the car before it gets horrible tight. But 3 and 4, it loves that low line, and that's why I kind of defended going into 3 and 4 here, because the car actually needs to be on this low line to handle good right now in turns 3 and 4. Of course, it does kill our run off the corner, which sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do right now to make the car feel good, because that's where we're at in this point of the run. It's really where, if this thing were to stay green, you make your bed in terms of how, because if you're too far back, you're kind of screwed at a certain point. Especially if you pit too soon, you'll get trapped a lap down, and don't want that. But we do have 33 to go right now. Still P14, or now P15 I should say. No,
Car
P14.
inside. Hold your line.
Might lose a spot here.
Hold your line. Still there.
Try to hold that high line. That guy looks like he had to get out of it a little bit.
Hold your line. Clear to the bottom.
And we'll hold on to this spot for now. Take it to the inside in turns 3 and 4. And you can see all that momentum we gain on the car in front of us, actually, with how well we were able to put it in there. Yeah, we got 5.3 gallons left. So about quarter of a tank remains on our car. See how much further people decide to stretch it out here. Got to imagine pit stops are coming up relatively soon. This is saying about 10 laps. Ooh, and somebody it looks like came into the pits, but very last second locked them up.
13th place.
But yeah, we are up to 15th, so it looks like pit stops are starting. And that's that classic thing of, do you stay out as long as possible, hope for a caution if you can put other cars a lap down? At Michigan, though, not 100% sure, but that tires. Do you want the tires to be good at the end of the race, or the tires to be good right now is really the question you got to ask yourself. But you don't want to stay out too long, because it doesn't matter if your tires are good at the end of the race if there's a caution. So it looks like that guy that pitted is losing a lap. So definitely a strategy game right now if you're going to pit or not, because you will lose a lap. You just got to hope there isn't a caution from somebody spinning it, getting onto pit road, somebody coming off a pit road, or because it's been a long run, the tires are just going. So, dangerous game to play right now. It always is when these races run long and go green. Got about 8.5 laps in the tank. And you can see now that the car in front of us is far enough ahead, we can really run that low line now in turns 1 and 2. It just really didn't like it if we were anywhere near dirty air, and it gave us a huge run on this guy in front of us, or he just lost that much momentum. It could have been either, it looks like. A couple cars running low, but no one ducking down just yet, just the one car for now. And of course, we are past halfway now in this 60-lap affair. Now rocking lap 34. Woo, got really light on us out of the corner of that car.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
Had to essentially let it drift up to the wall with very little steering input because it was just going. As we got another 2 cars coming into the pits. So pit stops are well and truly underway now. We're behind the DHL Pride car, beautiful livery. Of course, that 28 next year going to be piloted by Grosjean in real life. Let's see who else decides to make a trip. I see cars going low. Let's see. Well, I thought I saw some cars coming to pit road, but I guess not. So we got the guys leaving the pits. Now, I don't know how many cars behind us have come into the pits.
Car low.
And since these guys are coming out right around us, we'll see just how big the tire advantage is right now. So we still have about 5 laps of fuel left last time we crossed the line.
V11.
4.5.
Car outside.
Ooh. Wow, he flew past us. Of course, we are also really tight. You can tell the grip is gone, and it looks like we got guys that are going to be coming in because they are way down low. Ooh, 1 car in the wall in the pit lane. Now that won't bring out a caution, but that probably caused a mess. Glad we didn't pit there. So we take on P4 for now. I'm probably just going to run this thing dry. Everybody locking her up into the pits. I actually don't know what the pit lane speed is. Is it 55? Pretty sure it's 55.
P3.
There's the Sunoco car. He was pretty far ahead of us, actually. I do wonder how much time some of those guys lost. Of course, one guy pretty much almost destroyed his car. All right, so that says 2 laps on the dot, so we'll come in this time. I don't remember what the button is to say you're coming in.
Next lap.
Pretty sure it's F1, but I'm not 100% sure because, again, I haven't used a keyboard in a while. That didn't tell me anything. It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Yeah, it is 55. Okay.
Pit speed limit. Pit lane speed
Pitted
limit
probably
is 55 miles per hour. Okay, Des.
way too early,
To the end of the
or
race.
slowed down way too early, I should say. Now, where are we?
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Kind of slow on the in, too. Not the best. Okay, let's see what the damage was for this.
Take care, there's a car approaching.
On cold tires, make sure we don't fly up into anybody. Oh, please don't be a penalty. I think we got away with it.
Outside. Clear outside.
I think we got away with that on the pit exit. Only came up briefly. Man, it's always amazing how nice new tires feel in this car. All right, so let's see what the damage is. 15, so pretty much where we were actually, so that didn't hurt us really. That was pretty much fine. Perfect. I'll take that.
Outside.
It's the inside here, take a position.
There. Got a full course.
Whoa, there's the yellow.
Pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 16. We're under caution. Pits are closed.
Now what's going to be interesting is the cars that pitted a couple laps ago, will they come in? We are only on 1 lap old tires.
Hear about it.
I do like that it had the little radio thing on my side. I didn't know it did that. But of course, I normally keep people muted. Not that it matters.
Pits are open.
Pits are open. Car 24, where are you? This will be interesting to see if any of the cars that pitted. I mean, some guys have like, what, a 10-lap tire difference? Doesn't look like it. Looks like one lead lap car is going to come in. It looks like we're going to be under a quickie yellow here, 2 to green. So we continue to wait for this 24 car. Not sure where they're at. And now it's stay behind 3. So 24 must have come in. All right, we'll sort this out and go green. 15 laps to go when we go green here. So after all of that, we are P12. Heard the 3 car in front of us has about 6 laps on the tires, so it's not a huge difference, but we'll see if it makes difference at the end here with 15 to go. Leader waiting a long time to go.
Green flag.
Green flag, but nowhere to go. Leader waited a long time to go. And it really stacked everybody up, which then makes everybody spread out because of the checkup. Got really loose there on the bottom. So it looks like they're going 3 wide up towards the front. And we're getting towards the end of this one here. Whoa, big crash.
Full course caution.
Yep, I was just going to let everybody fly past. Saw it, although that one guy in front of me almost hit me.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed. Pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 3.
Okay. So that was a short-lived run, but how about that? Luckily, no guys around us, but I just got to the inside, went ahead, checked up. I didn't care if there were cars that still needed to what I should say is I didn't care if the caution hadn't come out yet. There was no one really around me to let me lose more positions. Even then, I just wanted to avoid the wreck. So get this whole mess sorted out, and I guess go back racing probably within 10 to go. Well, when I said we'd probably go back racing within 10 to go, I was pretty spot on there. How about that? It will be 10 to go at the line. We are now P9, courtesy of that last wreck. We'll see if it's the last wreck. Reminder for any of you who are new here, no green-white checkers in IndyCar in real life or in iRacing. Once again, waiting. There we go. past the green flag, even though you can go. But in IndyCar on iRacing, you do have to pass only to the outside. But if it was just green flag, we could have easily flown past the cars in front of us. If only. Did not get through 1 and 2 very well. Lost a bit of ground. That's okay. So who knows, these guys might wreck it again. Now at just 9 laps to go, things are getting dicey. Got a battle for the lead into turn 1 and 2. Really, really tight there. For 3 and 4, I don't want to go too far up because 3 and 4, the car acts so differently. It's always much more planted in 3 and 4 compared to 1 and 2.
Heads up, there's a car exit in the pits.
Clear inside.
We'll go up on the weight jacker though for 1 and 2 here. Go back down for 3 and 4. Yeah, that handled 1 and 2 really well that time. Still gonna stick to this outside though. I don't quite trust the bottom yet on the newer tires, even in 3 and 4, as they are 3 wide. Back up on the weight jacker for 1 and 2.
Car outside. Still there. Car high. Still there.
And nowhere to go, so we went to the bottom.
Clear, clear high.
But we'll actually gain 2 spots out of that, so hey, it worked.
Seventh position.
Puts us right outside the top 5 with 6 to go. Whoa, major lag.
Inside. Clear low. Outside.
Whoa!
Hold your line. Clear the top.
The reaction was delayed, but trust me, the hands moved. It was just the reaction from my mouth was pretty delayed there. I was so focused on actually making sure the hands moved to get out of the way. Scared the crap out of me.
Inside.
So we got a car door inside, 3 wide. Oh no.
Car low.
Car door inside here.
Still there.
This is
Still
picking
there.
up.
Keep it steady.
Got nowhere to go.
Bottom.
Can have all the momentum in the world, but if you got nowhere to go. They are still 3 wide. Caution is out. That might be the race. So that DHL car hit the wall again. I'm glad the wreck was behind us, though. I was getting really afraid the wreck was going to be us. So if we don't get this thing back green, it sucks, but I'm just glad we survived.
It's closed.
I'll take it as there was a reason that caution came out. The caution came out because there was, if it hadn't come out, we would have been the wreck. I don't think we would have gone green to the end. That's gonna be my reasoning for it. And I'm gonna stick with it. But with 3 laps to go, we are not gonna be going back green. It looks like this is going to be the finish. It looks like we'll come home P7, so can't really complain. Considering started mid-pack, ran mid-pack a lot of it, but classic attrition. Plus, I think having those couple lap extra tire grip helped, at least for me, in terms of the car handling better. So we'll take it. Also, not a bad way to start off 2022 Season 1 with first race, a top 10 on the ovals. or in general, I guess you could say. I haven't done any races yet on road. This is the first race I'm doing of the 2022 season, or 2022 year. But should be getting the white flag here. 1 lap to go. Not sponsored by Credit One Bank. You can see we got the 2 to go, but it is towards the end of the race, so won't have enough time to go back green. So unlike the F1 finale, we will end under safety car, and there will be no controversy about that. Yeah, still a fun race, but we'll come home P7. Not bad. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Plenty more iRacing hopefully to come. Obviously, I fell off the map of iRacing huge during the summer. I explained all that in my last iRacing video if you want to go check that out for the explanation. But other than that, plenty of more iRacing to come. I plan on getting back into it heavily this season, and hopefully we'll produce more racing content for you guys, and hopefully a lot more in this IndyCar, because as you know, I love the IR18, and then of course we'll have Daytona week coming up. Towards, I think it's actually towards the end of the season for NASCAR. Of course, we'll have Daytona Road Course for all the sports cars, GT, LMP, all that fun stuff. And of course, we'll try to head into the Mercedes F1 car maybe for a race or two. I'll definitely test drive it. I haven't driven it yet, actually. I'll test drive it probably after this race is completed. But we're going to come home, cross the line, P7. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you next time for more iRacing, more IndyCar, just more fun. Bye.
P7. Okay, that's the end. Good finish, mate. Well done.